In a distant corner of the universe, the Galactic Empire ruled over countless planets. Known for its advanced technology and powerful fleet, the Empire had never faced a serious challenge. They believed their knowledge and strength were unmatched. However, whispers of a small blue planet called Earth began to spread across the Empire. Rumors spoke of humans who had discovered a way to travel faster than light, something that even the Empire had yet to achieve. High above the surface of Earth, a sleek ship of the Empire glided through space. Inside, a team of aliens sat in a control room filled with glowing screens and buttons. Their leader, Commander Threx, was a tall alien with shimmering green skin and sharp features. He was eager to investigate the strange planet that had captured the Empire's attention. "Prepare for landing," he commanded, his voice echoing in the room. As they descended, the aliens gazed out at the colorful planet below. Earth was vibrant, covered in green forests, blue oceans, and sprawling cities. The ship touched down in a remote area, away from prying eyes. The team stepped outside, their senses overwhelmed by the sights and sounds around them. The air was fresh, filled with the scent of blooming flowers, and the chirping of birds echoed in the background. "Remember, our mission is to learn about their FTL technology," Commander Threx reminded his team. The aliens had studied Earth from a distance, but seeing it up close was a completely different experience. They observed humans bustling about, each person lost in their own world. The aliens watched in confusion as some humans ran, others rode bicycles, and some simply sat and enjoyed the sunshine. As they walked through a nearby park, a group of children played with colorful balls. The laughter of the children rang out, bringing a sense of joy that the aliens had not expected. Threx felt a strange sensation as he watched them. It was a feeling he had never experienced before, something close to curiosity. "These creatures are so lively," he muttered to himself. But the aliens had a mission. They needed to find the humans who had developed the FTL technology. After some exploration, they came across a bustling university campus. Students walked around with books in their arms, discussing ideas passionately. Threx pointed to a building marked Engineering. "Let's start there," he said. Inside the engineering building, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement. Students were working on various projects, some even designing small spacecraft models. The aliens felt out of place among the humans, who were so focused and driven. They listened in on conversations, trying to piece together what made humans so special. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the hall. A student had dropped a large model, and it shattered on the floor. Instead of panicking, the students gathered around, laughing and offering to help. They started to brainstorm ways to rebuild the model, showcasing their teamwork and creativity. Threx observed closely, fascinated by how humans reacted to setbacks. "This is unlike anything we have seen," he said to his second-in-command, Zira. "They face failures with laughter and collaboration. It's not just about the technology, it's about their spirit." As they continued to watch, a group of students began to discuss their latest project, a spacecraft designed to travel faster than light. Threx's heart raced with excitement. "This is it! This is what we came for!" he exclaimed quietly. The aliens took notes, determined to learn as much as they could. They watched as the students worked together, combining their ideas to create something extraordinary. The aliens realized that humans were not just another species, they were full of potential and creativity. As the day went on, the aliens began to feel a sense of admiration for humanity. They had expected to find a primitive race, but instead, they discovered a vibrant, passionate species. Commander Threx couldn't shake the feeling that this tiny planet held secrets that could change the fate of the Galactic Empire forever. Little did they know that their journey on Earth was only just beginning, and the challenges ahead would test everything they thought they knew about strength and ingenuity. The sun rose over Earth, casting a warm glow on the engineering building where the alien team had been observing the humans. Commander Threx gathered his team early that morning, excitement buzzing in the air. "Today, we will see their FTL technology in action," he declared. The aliens had heard whispers about a test flight scheduled for the day, and they were determined to witness it firsthand. As they approached the area designated for the test, Threx could feel his heart racing. The location was an open field surrounded by tall trees. In the center stood a sleek, small spacecraft, gleaming under the sunlight. It was unlike any vessel the aliens had ever seen. While the Empire's ships were bulky and efficient, this one had a unique design, Streamlined and artistic, it seemed to dance with the wind. A group of students gathered around the spacecraft, checking various instruments and preparing for the test flight. The aliens stayed hidden behind a cluster of bushes, careful not to reveal themselves. They observed closely as one student, a young woman with bright eyes and a confident smile, stepped forward. "All right, everyone, let's make history today," she shouted, rallying her fellow students. Threx exchanged glances with Zira, who stood beside him, her antennae twitching with curiosity. "She seems enthusiastic," Zira whispered, fascinated by the human's energy. The atmosphere around the spacecraft was electric, filled with hope and determination. The students began their final checks, moving around the spacecraft with purpose. Threx noted how they communicated effectively, each person taking on a specific role. Some operated computers, while others checked the engines and sensors. "They work well together," Threx remarked, impressed by their teamwork. After what felt like an eternity of anticipation, the lead student turned to the group. "Everything is ready. Let's get this show on the road." The students cheered, their excitement echoing across the field. Threx felt a surge of energy. He had never seen such passion and commitment. The young woman climbed into the cockpit of the spacecraft, her hands moving swiftly over the controls. The other students stood back, their eyes fixed on her. With a deep breath, she activated the engines. The spacecraft roared to life, filling the air with a powerful hum. Threx watched in awe as the ship began to lift off the ground, slowly at first, then gaining speed. "Is it really possible?" Threx wondered aloud. "Can they achieve faster than light travel?" Zira nodded, her eyes wide with amazement. The spacecraft rose higher, the students cheering below. It was a moment of triumph for humanity, and the aliens couldn't help but feel a part of it, even from their hidden spot. As the spacecraft ascended, it began to shimmer and distort. Threx realized that this was the moment they had been waiting for. "They're activating the FTL drive," he exclaimed, his voice barely containing his excitement. The ship glowed brightly, and in an instant it disappeared from view, leaving only a ripple in the air behind. The alien team stood in stunned silence, their hearts pounding. "Did you see that?" Zira gasped. "They actually did it!" The spacecraft had vanished into thin air, proving that the humans had achieved what the Empire had thought impossible. After a few tense moments, the spacecraft reappeared, landing smoothly back on the field. The students erupted in applause, celebrating their success. Threx felt a rush of admiration for these humans. They had not only succeeded in their experiment, but had also shown a level of creativity and innovation that the Empire had never encountered before. As the students gathered around the spacecraft, the young woman emerged from the cockpit, her face beaming with pride. "We did it, everyone! We really did it!" she shouted, and the group cheered even louder. Threx couldn't help but smile. It was clear that these humans were not just inventors, they were dreamers, capable of achieving the impossible. Watching the celebration unfold, Threx realized that the Galactic Empire had underestimated humanity. Their spirit and determination to explore the unknown were qualities the Empire had overlooked. It was not just about technology, it was about the human heart and mind working together in harmony. In that moment, Threx understood that this small blue planet held a wealth of knowledge and potential. He felt a deep respect for the humans and knew that their journey together was just beginning. The Galactic Empire would soon learn that underestimating humanity would be a grave mistake. After witnessing the remarkable FTL test flight, Commander Threx and his team returned to their hidden ship, buzzing with excitement. The demonstration had shown them that humanity was capable of extraordinary achievements. But as the aliens sat down to discuss their findings, a sense of frustration began to creep in. They realized that they had no clear way to understand how the humans had created such groundbreaking technology. "I don't get it," Zira said, scratching her head in confusion. "Their methods are so different from ours. We have advanced machines and strict protocols, yet they seem to rely on creativity and teamwork." Threx nodded, his brow furrowed. "Yes, their way of thinking is unconventional. We need to learn their secrets, but they won't simply hand them over. We must find a way to communicate with them." The aliens decided to split up into smaller groups to gather more information. Threx and Zira would go back to the university and observe the students as they worked. The other team members would explore other parts of the city, hoping to find clues about how humans approached problems. As Threx and Zira returned to the campus, they felt a mix of anticipation and anxiety. They watched as the students discussed their projects, sketching designs and debating ideas. The lively atmosphere was both inspiring and puzzling. Threx pointed to a group of students working on a new spacecraft model. "Let's focus on them," he suggested. The students seemed completely absorbed in their work. They bounced ideas off each other, often laughing at their mistakes. Threx noticed that when one idea failed, the others jumped in with new suggestions without any hesitation. This quick adaptability was something the Empire had never seen before. Zira leaned closer, trying to catch snippets of their conversation. "They're not just engineers," she said. "They are artists, inventors, and friends. They see problems as challenges to be conquered together." But as they listened, Threx felt increasingly frustrated. Despite their intelligence and advanced technology, the aliens were struggling to understand the core of human ingenuity. "How can we replicate their creativity?" he asked aloud, feeling defeated. Zira thought for a moment, then said, "What if we approached them directly? We could ask them about their process, how they think." Threx hesitated, unsure if the humans would even want to talk to them. But then he realized that they had already shown kindness and enthusiasm. Perhaps it was time to break their silence. Taking a deep breath, Threx and Zira stepped out from their hiding spot. They approached the group of students who looked surprised to see them. "Hello," Threx called out, raising his hands in peace. "We come in friendship. We want to learn from you." The students exchanged glances, curiosity lighting up their faces. "Who are you?" one student asked, a young man with glasses. "We are travelers from another planet," Zira replied, her voice steady. "We saw your FTL demonstration and were amazed. We want to understand how you created such incredible technology." The students looked at each other, their expressions shifting from surprise to excitement. "Wow! You really want to know?" the young woman from the test flight exclaimed. "Sure, we'd love to share." As the humans began explaining their process, Threx felt a spark of hope. They talked about brainstorming sessions, where no idea was too silly, and how they celebrated every failure as a step toward success. They emphasized the importance of collaboration and how their diverse backgrounds helped them think outside the box. "We don't have all the answers," another student added, "but we believe that working together makes us stronger. We inspire each other to push boundaries." Threx and Zira listened intently, soaking in every word. They realized that the heart of human innovation was not just about technology, it was about connection and the courage to dream big. As the discussion continued, Threx felt a sense of excitement bubbling within him. He understood now that if the Galactic Empire wanted to harness the true potential of humanity, they needed to embrace this spirit of teamwork and creativity. The struggle to understand was not a burden, it was an opportunity for growth. After the conversation ended, Threx and Zira thanked the students for their insights. As they walked away, Zira looked up at Threx and smiled. "I think we've found the key," she said. "It's not just about the technology, it's about the people behind it." Threx nodded, feeling a newfound respect for humanity. They were not just a species to be studied, they were partners in exploration and discovery. The journey ahead promised challenges, but now they would face them together, united by a shared vision of the stars. With a newfound appreciation for humanity, Commander Threx and Zira returned to their ship to share what they had learned. They gathered the rest of their team, eager to explain the importance of collaboration and creativity in human innovation. "Today we witnessed something remarkable," Threx began, his voice filled with enthusiasm. "The humans don't just rely on technology, they rely on each other. They embrace failures and learn together, which makes them stronger." His team listened intently, their curiosity piqued. Zira continued, "We need to adapt our approach if we want to learn from them. We can't rely on our rigid methods alone. We must embrace their spirit of teamwork and open-mindedness." The aliens agreed to split into pairs to spend more time with the humans. They wanted to observe how different groups worked together and understand their creative processes. Threx paired up with Zira again, excited to see more of the human world. They decided to visit a nearby community center, where local teams were collaborating on various projects. As they entered, they were greeted by a flurry of activity. People of all ages were working on everything from building models to painting murals. The atmosphere was alive with laughter and chatter. "Let's see what they're working on," Threx suggested, feeling a surge of optimism. They approached a group of children building a small rocket model. The children were engaged, discussing their ideas loudly while one child held the model and another adjusted the pieces. "Why are you building a rocket?" Zira asked, kneeling down to meet their eyes. One little girl with curly hair replied, "We want to explore space. We're going to make it fly higher than anything." Her excitement was contagious, and Threx felt his heart warm at her ambition. As the children continued their project, Threx noticed that they weren't afraid to make mistakes. When a piece didn't fit, they would laugh, try again, and sometimes even redesign their entire approach. "It's fascinating how they embrace challenges," he remarked to Zira. After observing the children, they moved on to another area where a team of adults was working on a community garden. The adults were discussing planting techniques, and Threx was amazed at how they listened to each other and built on each other's ideas. "Let's plant tomatoes here," one man suggested. "They need plenty of sunlight, and this spot is perfect." "But we also need to think about the soil quality," a woman replied. "I read that adding compost can really help." Threx noticed how everyone contributed to the discussion. Each person's opinion was valued, and together, they made a better plan. "This is incredible," he said to Zara. "They're not just planting a garden, they're creating a community." As they continued to observe, Threx and Zira decided to introduce themselves. "Hello, we come from another planet," Zira said, smiling warmly. "We are learning from you about teamwork and cooperation." The adults looked intrigued. "That's amazing!" "We're happy to share," said a middle-aged man, inviting them to join. "We believe that by working together, we can achieve more than we can alone." Threx and Zira joined in, helping to plant seeds and carry tools. The experience was refreshing. They felt the warmth of human connection, and soon they were laughing and exchanging ideas. The humans showed them different techniques and asked for their input, bridging the gap between their two worlds. "Why do you think teamwork is important?" one woman asked Threx as they worked side by side. "On my planet, we value individual strength," Threx replied honestly. "But I see now that together you can achieve far more. Your creativity shines brighter when you collaborate." The humans nodded, understanding the truth in his words. As the day went on, Threx realized that they were not only planting seeds for the garden, but also sowing the foundation for a new alliance between their worlds. By the time they finished for the day, the garden was thriving, and the bonds they had formed were strong. As the sun began to set, Threx felt a sense of accomplishment. They had learned valuable lessons about teamwork, respect, and the power of working together. As they left the community center, Threx turned to Zira. "This is just the beginning. If we want to learn from humanity, we must embrace their spirit and work side by side with them." Zira smiled back, her eyes shining with excitement. "Together we will uncover the mysteries of their FTL technology and much more. This journey is about building connections and discovering the strength that lies in unity." With renewed determination, Threx and Zira returned to their ship, ready to share their experiences with the rest of their team. They understood now that the true power of humanity lay not just in their technology, but in their ability to inspire each other, dream together, and face the unknown as one. The following days were filled with excitement and activity as Commander Threx and Zira continued to learn from the humans. They had formed bonds with the students and community members, sharing ideas and collaborating on projects. The more they interacted, the more they realized that humanity was not just a species to study, they were potential allies in the vast universe. One evening, Threx called for a meeting with his team. They gathered in the ship's main chamber, where the mood was optimistic. "We have seen how the humans work together," Threx began, looking at each member of his team. "Their creativity and teamwork could be the key to our success." Zira nodded in agreement. "We should propose an alliance. Imagine what we could achieve together." Their knowledge of FTL technology combined with our resources could lead to incredible advancements. The team members exchanged glances, their initial hesitations fading. "But how do we approach them?" one alien asked. "We cannot just demand their secrets." Threx considered this carefully. "We must show them our intentions. We need to express our respect for their skills and our desire to collaborate. It must be a mutual agreement." With a plan in mind, Threx and Zira set out to meet the students and community members again. They gathered everyone at the same community center where they had planted the garden. As the group assembled, excitement filled the air. Threx could see the curiosity in their eyes. "Thank you for coming," Threx said, standing before the crowd. "We have learned so much from you, and we appreciate your kindness. Today we want to share an idea." The humans listened closely as Threx explained their proposal for an alliance. "We believe that by working together we can achieve great things," he continued. "Your knowledge of FTL technology could change the course of history for both our worlds." The crowd buzzed with conversation, excitement mixing with uncertainty. A young woman from the group, the same one who had led the test flight, stepped forward. "This is amazing!" "But what would an alliance look like? How do we know we can trust you?" Zira spoke up, her voice steady and sincere. "We understand your concerns. We are from a different world, but we share a common goal, to explore and learn from the universe. We respect your achievements and want to support each other." The young woman nodded, her expression thoughtful. "If we work together, we should start with something tangible. Maybe a joint project? Something that shows our cooperation?" Threx felt a spark of inspiration. "Yes! We could build a prototype spacecraft together. We have advanced technology that could enhance your designs. In return, we want to learn about your FTL methods directly." The crowd began to murmur with excitement, and the young woman smiled. "I love that idea. It would be a true collaboration." She turned to her friends, who nodded in agreement. The energy in the room shifted from uncertainty to enthusiasm. As discussions continued, the aliens and humans brainstormed ideas for the joint project. They talked about combining their technologies, sharing designs, and learning from each other's strengths. Threx watched as the humans eagerly drew sketches and made plans. The spirit of cooperation was infectious. "We should start immediately!" one of the students exclaimed, and everyone agreed. They decided to set up a workshop where they could work together to build the prototype. Threx felt a surge of hope. This was not just a partnership, it was the beginning of a new era. Over the next few weeks, the community center transformed into a bustling workshop. Humans and aliens worked side by side, sharing knowledge, ideas, and laughter. They faced challenges, but together they overcame obstacles, proving that their alliance was not just possible, but powerful. As the prototype took shape, Threx marveled at the creativity and passion of the humans. They infused the design with their unique style, while the aliens provided advanced technology to enhance its capabilities. Each day, the project grew, and so did the friendships between the two groups. One day, as they took a break from working, Zira turned to Threx. "Look at what we've created together," she said, her voice filled with pride. "This is more than just a spaceship. It's a symbol of our alliance." Threx smiled, feeling a warmth in his heart. "Indeed, we have forged a connection that transcends our differences. Together we can explore the stars and discover what lies beyond." As they gazed at the prototype, excitement filled the air. Threx knew that this unexpected alliance would change their worlds forever. They were no longer just travelers from different planets. They were partners on a shared journey, ready to face the mysteries of the universe together.